I think it's time we introduce our new Bachelorette. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hannah B.
Hannah B, a.k.a. Hannah Beast, a.k.a. Alabama Hannah, was crowned Bachelor Nation's new leading lady on Tuesday night during the live finale of The Bachelor. And, guys, we already have a surprising twist that no one saw coming. Is this the most dramatic reveal before a season even began ever? Hannah B's 33 men have been revealed. The full cast of Bachelorette contestants was posted to social media Wednesday night, and we are about to break them all down because there is a lot to analyze. Now, we do know that filming for The Bachelorette begins this weekend. So, again, this is like the first time that we've gotten all of the men before filming even starts. We have a lot of questions. I mean, first of all, why would this reveal happen? You know, to switch things up, the show tries new things all the time, which we love. Second of all, look, in the day and age of social media and spoilers, the list of men usually leaks out before the season premieres anyway. So, hey, why not debut all of them? And, hey, maybe this will give Hannah B and fans a chance to research the guys a little bit before things begin in the mansion. We'll see. In the past, we've had a couple issues in the last few seasons with social media scandals. You know, people start digging into everybody's Twitter. Everyone has such an online presence now. And then they find out questionable things about these guys. If you'll remember, Becca Kufrin's final pick, Garrett, he underwent a scandal when some things that he had liked on Instagram were revealed during the season's airing. So maybe now any problematic people will get sussed out before the first roses are even given out. All right, so let's break down Hannah B's contestants by the numbers, starting with age, because this is such an issue in the franchise. We have done the math, and if we're not perfect, don't call us out because we're journalists, but we tried our best. And as far as we can tell, the average age is about 27 years old, okay? The age ranges from 23, that's the youngest guy, Matt S., all the way up to 33, Joey J. He's the oldest. Matt is from Newport Beach. Joey is from Maryland. Remember, we don't get all the info about these guys. We get their first name, last initial, age, and where they're from. Now, we also have to break down the photos because, again, we don't have much to go off of here. So let's take a look at what we can tell about these men from the photos. First of all, the photos aren't great. What is this color background? I don't know. It's a teal from the set of Saved by the Bell. I have a lot of questions about why we picked this. And most importantly, why don't some of these men have lighting? Look at the guy in the middle. He seems to be well lit. He had a light on him. Did the light go out for the guys on either end? What happened for them? That's not fair. It makes them look a little sickly, Connor and Joey J. Somebody turn your iPhone flashlight on for these guys. Get them a ring light. It just isn't fair. Continuing to break things down, the state that most of the men are from, California. We've got 8 guys hailing from Cali, and this isn't a big surprise. On Colton Underwood's season, the state that most of the women were from was California. Where does casting happen? California. It just makes sense, doesn't it? The most popular name, because there's always some duplicates. We have 3 Matts this season. This might be one of the few times that there have been 3. And we actually have 2 Matt D's. My guess is that Hannah B is going to have to eliminate one of the Matt D's on night 1 because I just wouldn't want to go all season long being like, wait, which Matt D? Who? Why? We also have, again, Matt S. Matt D is from Florida. Matt other D is from California. And Matt S also from California. Oh, then we've got another Garrett, okay? Now, this is in comparison to Garrett of Becca Kufrin's season. Garrett won. He proposed. He and Becca are engaged. Now we've got a Garrett P. And, where's Garrett P from? Birmingham, Alabama. Also where Hannah's from. Well, she's from Tuscaloosa, but an Alabama boy? Could another Garrett win The Bachelorette 2 seasons in a row? That would be a franchise first. By the way, guys, this season has a lot to live up to because this is the 15th season of The Bachelorette, a big anniversary year. We've got 2 Garretts, well, at least a Garrett revival, and a new Peter to the Bachelorette franchise. There's Peter W., 27 years old from Westlake Village, California. But how does he stack up to one of our favorite contestants ever, Peter Crouch of Rachel Lindsay's season? Well, different strokes for different folks. You know, I'm gonna say I would stick with Peter Krause, but Peter W's got a nice smile. Maybe he's a fun guy. Good sense of humor. Again, these photos could have been better. Now, what a lot of other people are pointing out is we have a Nick Viall lookalike in our midst. Yes, this is Nick, who would go on to be the Bachelor, but this is his Bachelorette contestant photo from back in the day, Andy Dorfman season. And wow, 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 is this a throwback? We've got to applaud Nick Viall on the glow up he has undergone. But Luke S., 29 years old from Washington, D.C. We don't know why, but Luke's chosen to wear 2 collars in his photo. But a lot of people are saying Luke is kind of a cross even between Nick and like a Dean Unglert, maybe. What do you guys think? I see it. He could be Nick's little brother. Chris Harrison even said it during the live finale where Hannah met 5 of these guys, Luke being amongst them. He was the 5th man to walk out. But as much as we're sitting here analyzing everybody, the most liked photo, because these photos were posted to Facebook, the most liked so far by fans, Luke P., 24 years old from Georgia. He has 6.3 likes with 2,000 comments. Good-looking guy. I see Hannah B going for kind of a rough and tough, muscular guy like Luke, similar to Colton Underwood. But let's continue. We've got 33 guys to go to, and we wanted to highlight a couple for you. Grant. Here are my questions for Grant. Grant, what is this outfit? Why are you wearing a white undershirt, wrinkly khakis, and why isn't there any product in your hair, Grant? I don't know. Either Grant's just a total mess or he has a level of confidence perhaps unlike any we've ever seen on the show. Bold, you know, to just go for the white tee look. Grant, okay. Then we've got John Paul J. And why did we want to bring him up? Because of the French tuck. Is that a French tuck? How has John Paul J. tucked in his shirt, everybody? Do we need to get Tan France from Queer Eye on the phone? What is this move? It's like it's tucked in the front, but then he's left the tails out in the front, and he's put his hands in his pockets to create this V shape. I also can't figure out if shiny collared shirts are coming back in style from like the early 2000s, and if they are, it's going to be a hard pass for me. John Paul J., though, good-looking guy in kind of a Revolutionary War kind of a way. He looks like a British soldier. Great bone structure. Quite a flow to the hair. Would you go with John Paul J.? Then we had a couple guys who chose to wear short-sleeved collared print shirts. Garrett and Devin. Again, all we've got to base their personalities on is their clothing choices, their facial expressions. With these two, maybe the height of their hair, both wearing watches. I see these two being close in the house. They're borderline the same person. So, a couple of the highlights from these 33 men, and we also want to point out, interesting here, 33 of them. There's usually 29, 30 contestants in the house. So does that mean that many men will be cut right off the bat on night 1? Does it mean we might lose a couple guys before night 1 even begins? To break down the many questions we have, I am now joined by a Bachelor Nation alum, an expert, one of the true lights of my life in covering the show. Evan Bass is here via Skype. Evan of Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you, Lauren?
I'm great. I'm so glad you could Skype in today because we saw that you had commented on Facebook, I think, about the guys. You'd weighed in and said, remind me what your comment was.
Yeah, well, I was like, when the photo stuff came out on my day, I looked at the pictures and it was like the worst thing ever. Like, you don't know what's going on. You think that like maybe people are going to love you, and like you go on there and all of a sudden people are like hating on you, and these Facebook moms are like coming for you, like just absolutely destroying you. He's so ugly. His hair is terrible. Does he even like women? What's he do? I mean, it's just like over and over. So I feel badly for these guys having to go through, the Facebook.
I mean, people are bold on Facebook for sure. Well, and I want to ask you, Evan, what kind of, because look, obviously when the photos are released, fans are going to have a reaction. People know that. And I think, of course, that's part of the fun of Bachelor Nation. As long as you're not too mean about it, let's weigh in, let's discuss. These are the guys Hannah's going to pick, and they've chosen to be on a reality show. So, of course, they've got to expect some criticism. But do you get any help or any tips when you're preparing for this photo? Like, what are you told to wear and to bring, and are you advised on how to pose?
No, they just throw you to the wolves. They're like, hey, just go out there, wear whatever you want to wear, and go for it. And like, there's like a lady there that does like one thing to your hair, and that's it. They may put like something under your eyes or whatever for makeup, but no. And then there's a camera guy who's like, hey, you know, stand this way, stand that way, put your hands in your pockets, obviously, which was a popular choice.
That's what I wondered, because as we were looking at all of this, you know, and again, like, clothes are kind of all we have to go on, but they're sort of across the board. I mean, we've got a guy in a white tee. We've got guys in, like, collared shirts, all borderline, you know, wearing a suit, just minus the tie. We've got guys in floral prints. We've got guys in, like, long sleeve Henleys. I mean, it is across the board.
Yeah, it's wild. You know, my favorite guy, though, is that Devin with the floral print, because he's just like, I'm over this, just get me to paradise. And you got to appreciate that.
We wanted to ask you, Evan, is Devin who you would give your first impression rose to?
He is absolutely the first impression rose, because he's just like, I'm over the Bachelorette. Just send me straight to the beach and I'm ready to meet some more girls. So.
He is like light speeding through this process. He's got the Hawaiian print on, ready for a Paradise cast member moment. So you don't get a lot of tips when you're posing for the photo. What about what you're advised in terms of your social media? Because as I was kind of saying earlier, we've had a couple scandals with contestants over the past couple seasons. And we did notice a lot of these guys, we were like, can we find anything else more about them? They do have set their accounts on private. What are you advised in terms of that when you're about to head into filming?
Yeah, so they tell you to set it to private and not to go public. And like, I had someone be like, it's not that big of a deal if you go public, it's whatever. And so I was like, well, I'm going to go public if everyone else is going public. It was the worst decision of my life, because everyone just like started hating on me on Instagram. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. But yeah, they tell you not to be public, for sure.
And what are these, you know, next couple of days going to be like for these guys, I wonder, because we've never gotten the full cast before, but I would imagine they must already be in the mansion or in hotels or something. Like, how early before filming begins are you away from your life and you've given up your phone and you're about to head into the mansion? How many days before night one?
Yeah, you're there about 3 days before. So you have like 3 nights and you go through like preps and you do interviews and you know, you talk to the legal department and all this stuff, and you know, you get to go to the gym once a day. Oddly enough, some like people were stealing dumbbells from the gym at the hotel we were staying at, and turns out it was a guy named Chad from my team. It was crazy. It's just like, where's all these dumbbells going? And yeah, so you get to go do the gym a little bit, but you can order room service all you want. They're like, yeah, just order whatever you want. You're like, this is awesome.
Wow. Oh, Evan, that's one of the best behind-the-scenes tidbits I've ever gotten. All right, we have to wrap, unfortunately, but Evan Bass, guys, follow him on social. He and Carly and their adorable family are just my faves. Evan, thank you so much for your insight, as always.
Thank you for having me. Take care.